Have you ever found yourself wishing you could read your partner's mind? There's a certain allure to it, isn't there? The thought of effortlessly understanding their thoughts, their desires, their fears. But let's take a step back from that fantastical notion for a moment and ask ourselves, why do we feel the need to be mind readers in the first place? Let's take the story of Sam and Alex, a seemingly perfect couple who found themselves at a crossroads. They loved each other, but somehow they kept stumbling upon misunderstandings and disagreements. The root cause? They weren't communicating their feelings properly. Sam thought Alex knew about his stressful work situation, while Alex assumed Sam understood her need for emotional support. But assumptions are not the same as communication. In the midst of this chaos, they realized something crucial. Open and honest communication was missing from their relationship. So they decided to change things. They began to share their thoughts, their day, their dreams, and their fears. They made it a point to voice their concerns rather than expecting the other to just know. They started expressing their love and gratitude more openly, and they listened, truly listened to each other. And what happened, you ask? Their relationship blossomed like never before. The misunderstandings lessened, their bond grew stronger, and they found a new level of comfort and understanding in each other's company. They realized that words, when used correctly, have the power to bridge gaps, mend hearts, and create a deeper connection. This brings us to our first piece of advice. Communication. The simple act of expressing and exchanging information is the lifeblood of any relationship. It's a two-way street that requires speaking as much as it does listening. It's about being open, honest, and clear with your feelings, your expectations, and your needs. So the first advice is to never underestimate the power of communication in a relationship. It's not about mind reading, it's about mind sharing. And that, my friends, is a skill worth mastering. Ever heard of the phrase, trust is the foundation of a relationship? You see, trust is not just about believing your partner will be faithful. It's about feeling secure that they have your best interests at heart. Let's consider a story about Tom and Sally. They had a rocky start due to trust issues. Tom was always suspicious, questioning Sally's every move. Sally, on the other hand, felt suffocated, leading to constant arguments. But when they both decided to work on their trust issues, things started to change. Tom began to trust in Sally's love for him, and Sally felt more relaxed. The arguments lessened, the love deepened, and their relationship flourished. So, the heart of the story? Trust is crucial. It's the invisible thread that binds two hearts together. Our second advice is to always trust your partner and earn their trust in return. Do you remember the last time you spent quality time with your partner without any distractions? Now let's consider a story about a couple. Let's call them Jane and John. They were both successful professionals, always on the move, always busy. As time passed, they found themselves drifting apart, their conversations limited to work and routine chores. The spark in their relationship seemed to be dying out. Then one day they decided to change things. They started setting aside time for each other. No work calls, no emails, just pure, undivided attention. They rekindled their love by rediscovering each other, sharing laughs, dreams, and even simple, quiet moments. Their relationship bloomed like never before. The lesson here? Quality time is not about doing something extraordinary. It's about being fully present, sharing those precious moments. So, the third advice is to always make time for each other. Have you ever lost your patience with your partner? It's a question that might sting a little, right? We've all been there. Let's delve into the importance of patience in a relationship, a virtue that is often overlooked. Picture this. A couple, let's call them Sarah and John, were always at each other's throats. Their fiery tempers and quick-to-react nature were the fuel to their frequent arguments. The smallest of issues would escalate into colossal conflicts. Their love story, seemingly written in the language of heated debates and slammed doors. But then, a shift occurred. After a particularly explosive argument, Sarah and John found themselves exhausted, emotionally drained, and questioning the sustainability of their love. It was in this moment of vulnerability that they realized the importance of patience, of giving each other the time and space to express thoughts, feelings, and frustrations. They began to practice patience. Not the kind that is merely waiting for the other person to finish speaking so you can have your say, but the kind that involves truly listening, understanding, and allowing the other person to express themselves fully before responding. The kind that involves holding back immediate reactions, taking a deep breath and opting for understanding over confrontation. Slowly but surely, their relationship transformed. The arguments lessened, replaced by constructive conversations. Their love language evolved from conflict to compassion, from frustration to understanding. Patience didn't make their problems disappear, but it gave them the strength and the space to deal with them in a healthier, more loving way. Patience, my friends, is not just about waiting. It's about how you wait and how you react while waiting. It's about giving your partner the space to be themselves, to grow, to falter, and to pick themselves up again. It's about understanding that everyone has their own pace, and that love is not a race, but a journey that you embark on together. So if you ever find yourself losing your patience, remember Sarah and John. Remember the transformative power of patience. The fourth advice is to always be patient with your partner. Are you always insisting on having things your way in your relationship? If your answer is yes, then it's time to introduce a bit of compromise into the equation. Let's take a journey into the life of Sam and Jamie, a couple who were once always at loggerheads, battling for supremacy in their relationship. They loved each other deeply, but their constant disagreements were tearing them apart. They each wanted to be right. They each wanted their way. And this stubbornness was taking its toll on their relationship. Sam, an avid football fan, wanted to spend his weekends watching matches, while Jamie, a nature enthusiast, preferred hiking and the great outdoors. Their disparate interests were causing quite a stir. Every weekend turned into a battleground, each trying to impose their own interests on the other. Their love was strong, but their unwillingness to compromise was driving a wedge between them. Then one day, they had an epiphany. They realized that their love for each other was more important than always having things their way. They decided to try something new: compromise. The following weekend, instead of battling it out, they agreed on a plan. Saturday would be for football and Sunday for hiking. It was a simple solution, but it did wonders for their relationship. They learned to appreciate each other's interests and even found joy in them. They discovered that compromise didn't mean sacrificing their desires. Rather, it was about creating a balance that catered to both their needs. With compromise, their relationship took a turn for the better. Their fights reduced drastically, and their bond strengthened. They discovered a newfound respect for each other. Their love story is a testament to the power of compromise. And the last but not least advice is to understand the importance of compromise in a relationship. Remember, a relationship is a two-way street, and it requires a lot of give and take from both sides. Compromise isn't about losing, it's about finding a balance that benefits everyone involved. It's about understanding, respect, and love. It's about making the relationship work, no matter what. So, are you ready to compromise?